Hello and welcome. I'm Elaine Ball. I am the CEO of Elaine Ball Technical Marketing. So today we've actually rolled out a new series of Google Hangouts, actually in conjunction with the blog posts. So this week's blog post is, how do I develop strategy and where do I start? So we are actually using the Google Hangouts to actually share some of the things that we are doing and what we do to go about them. So the first thing I do is quite a lot of people, and that is related to when I'm around, when I'm at exhibitions, and also on strategy days that we provide at EBTM. We get asked the question, how do I develop strategy? So strategy, firstly, is a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim. So we actually, as a team, I help and I build everybody together, facilitate the day, and we look at what works within the business. So the first thing that I usually do is with the flip chart, because it's great. It's a visual piece and you can actually play with it. So there's three key parts to this, which I will highlight shortly. But the first questions that you need to ask yourself are, the first one is, where are we now and where are we going? Where are we now and where are we going? So these are the two important ones. So to establish where you are as a business now and where you want to go in the future. So highlighted in the middle of this flip chart is, what is your vision for the company? So what does it look like in the future? So going back to the three key parts, starting you off on how do I develop a strategy, you need to start off with looking at the broad scale analysis section. And this is what they class as PESTLE, or PESTLE analysis. So this looks at political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental, and what actually has an impact on the business that you don't necessarily have control over. The second section is the operating analysis. So looking at things like your competitors and also the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, also known as SWOT analysis. So as you can see here on this flip chart, I've highlighted strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So one is getting across what your strengths are as a business, what you're really good at, but also highlighting on the strengths section is your unique selling points, or as I've highlighted there, USPs. The second section is weaknesses. A really good one for brainstorming and also with your team, asking your team members what they think. So what are the weaknesses within the business? And these could be things like personnel, for example, management skills, ability, are they surveyors, are they engineers, what are their main skill sets that you need to do to have a successful business. So really, really good, really interesting. The next part is opportunities, and the opportunities can be internally, but also externally. So for example, when you're looking at your competition, what are some of the weaknesses that you've highlighted that potentially you've got an opportunity there as a player in the market to actually then go into and could actually give you a unique selling point later on. So another very key point. The last bit is the threats in the SWOT analysis. So the threats are things that you might not necessarily have control over, and things that the competitors are doing, but also your PESTLE. So it actually links in quite nicely with the PESTLE analysis. And the last but not least section of the developing a strategy, the first part, is your competencies. So your internal side. What are you good at? What are you bad at? And also doing a SWOT analysis on this. So you might have things within the business that you're weak on. And going back to things like, staff, for example, I hear quite a lot of the time is, we have a skills shortage, Elaine. How do we rectify that? So that's a really good point, and also a part of your strategy moving forwards. So just to highlight then, I want you to take away these key points. So the key points is, one is have a look at your PESTLE analysis. So this is your broad scale analysis and looking at the things that could affect your business. This is really important to get down so you see the bigger picture. The next one is your internal. So this consists of course, your SWOT analysis, but also looking at your competition. and seeing if there's any gaps there that you could develop into a potential strategy for your business. Internal review, again, very, very important. And also a potential wish list. So ending on the strategy development on the first part, which I've just highlighted, is have a look at the potential wish list. Very, very important. Just before you go, I just want to share with you one key thing that we have got on LinkedIn. And the LinkedIn I use is very, very powerful. And we have set up a screen, if you can just see it. It's a screenshot. We have a LinkedIn page and we also have a showcase page. And if you look to the right hand side, so this is actually on the Elaine Ball technical marketing page of LinkedIn. And you can find it under Elaine Ball if you look me up on LinkedIn. So click on to the Elaine Ball Technical Marketing. Then it's segmented into 3 sections. I have geospatial industry, mining, quarrying, and offshore. So these are 3 key markets that we actually get involved with. And I actually post in these 3 key showcase pages information and techniques that I'm showing you today and we're talking about today. So they're not sales related, so I'm not pushing anything here. I'm trying to educate and give you some cool tools that you can use as a business. So also very, very important. So I hope you've enjoyed today's first Google Hangouts, and let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll see you at the next one. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.